for. I think that when we're looking for sort of direction or what is being asked for, we can like Girimdan, Minnesotan, Lysamatu, and the chiefs collectively are putting out statements almost every day or every other day. And in it contains sort of call-outs, in their press releases contains like very specific information. I went through sort of like all of their asks and pretty much everything they're asking for, including like sort of like UN intervention and stuff like that. It all comes down to sort of like these three demands or goals from them, which is the withdrawal of RCMP and their infrastructure from Wet'suwet'en territories, okay? 2, the halt of the CGL project. 3, no interference with Wet'suwet'en people, their supporters, or the land, obviously without consent. So those are kind of the 3 asks that like are very broad, obviously, but hopefully start forming a basis of like, oh, maybe I would like to gear in that direction, or maybe that direction, or later on in the brainstorming process, I think things will get more clear. I see a hand.
I was just wondering, where can we keep track of what they're asking for? Because I don't feel as though the media is covering that.
So Girimdan and Minnesotan keep up their own, and Lysamatu keep up their own social media.
Okay.
And those will have like the most relevant things.
Okay.
Sucks, it's Facebook, but also that's the most up-to-date place to get it.
Sure.
I want to give my, oh, sorry, there's a question.
I was just going to say, I've been receiving emails, so you can actually sign up on Minnesota Camp, get on their listserv, and then that way you get all the emails if
Thanks.
you're not a social media user.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. I want to give my voice a little rest. Can I have 3 volunteers for strong readers? And when I say strong, you want to stand up and be loud and say it with feeling. 3. First volunteer. All right, stand up and read. So these again are things that are direct asks from out there. If you go back to their press releases, if you go back to their posts, these are coming right from the mouths of chiefs and people out there.
We call for solidarity actions from Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities worldwide who uphold Indigenous sovereignty and recognize the urgency of stopping resource extraction projects that threaten the lives of future generations.
Indigenous and non-Indigenous people taking action. Ask number 1. Next person. Suit.
Our strength to act today comes from the knowledge that our allies across Canada and around the world will again rise up with us, as they did for Oka, Gustafson Lake, and thank you, shutting down rail lines, ports, and industrial infrastructure, and pressuring elected government officials to abide by UNDRIP.
Could they be more clear? So far we have settlers and Indigenous people. We have standing up with us. We have shutting down rail lines, ports, industrial infrastructure, and creating pressure on government. Next volunteer? There's only one more. You can do it. Go.
It was Dawn.
Oh. Dawn?
Oh, okay.
Oh yes, the problem with directors.
Keep up the pressure. We are overwhelmed and overjoyed by the amount of support you have all shown us. We will never give up. Join us.
They're in this now. They're in this and they actually need us. That's what that says. Does that provide a little start to like what they're asking for? And there's lots more, but all right. Hopefully that's providing a little clarity. Again, that's directly from their mouths. That's not from me. So barriers to action. This is what happens when you print your notes, because you're a tactile person. Cool. The first thing we're going to talk about is fear. I think that fear is real and it's normal, and these are big freaking things that we're thinking of positioning ourselves against. This is the state. It's Canada, guys. They have militarized police. They have a lot of like ability to surveil, to harass, to intimidate. So there are like absolutely reasons to be afraid. And also a fear of what? A fear of legal consequences from sort of like, if you're like generally average privileged settler, you're getting your charges dismissed. Fear of missing school, fear of missing a job, fear of what? Because those people are out there on their territory literally risking their lives. Literally risking their lives. So what are we afraid of? I have a short video that is from Eve Saint, who is Gidimdan. She's out there on the territory right now. This was released. She talks a little bit about fear, and I felt that she like again continues to clarify what's being asked for, and speaks a little bit to sort of like her fear. So we'll play that as long as this is working. I don't know if someone has to do something. It's flashing.
Just take the plunge, and if something happens, we just
Okay.
don't
Do I
stop
have to
the
turn it
video.
on?
I think it's on already.
It should
Yeah.
just.
Oh, it's so quiet.
Chief here of this territory, Gidimdan, House of Cassius, his house chief name is Wasp. He would tell me about our bloodline, the ancestors. We would protect the perimeter and the territory. And that got to me, because now that's what I'm doing. It's in my DNA, and I'm doing it. This of what my ancestors have done thousands of years ago. We hear that there's movement in the nearby towns and that there has been RCMP coming up the roads towards Gidimdan. And also we have been experiencing helicopter activity. Reclaiming your power. It's not always easy, especially when you're up against a colonial state, a police state, a government state, and you're trying to reclaim your indigenous rights and your indigenous land. I won't say that I'm not scared, because you know that's a big force. That's a big force and big pressure. But sometimes you just have to step up. You have to make peace with that fear. Make peace with it. And remember why you're doing this. People here are risking their lives by being out here. And we're doing this not just for ourselves. We're doing this for our loved ones, our children, our brothers and sisters, our relatives, our grandchildren, and also our relatives all across Turtle Island. We want to send a message and show an example that you can stand up. You can take back the land, get out there and reclaim. We need your support. We need you to stand with us. We need you to put pressure on the outside. Do what you need to do to make some noise. We need to make noise right now. We need to get some attention right now. We need to stop this pipeline coming through.
So that was a video released for the week of Solidarity Actions, which is passed but has been extended. Obviously, they're not like stopping at a week. They're asking for like ongoing, like continuous things, and we should be like aiming to keep doing them until we're literally not in the position to do them anymore, or it's like not needed.
My name is Eve.
You already did this one. Okay. So I want to talk about the next barrier to action. I called it comfort and status quo, but we could call that like suggest that includes sort of like apathy, other distractions or demands, jobs, schools, and this idea of sort of like comfort or being comfortable. I mean, Eve was like, people are risking their lives to be out here. She's at 44, and it's like, it's not the most comfortable place to be when it's -30, okay? So it's also like, it's about comfort, is why I add that. And I used a term just before the video of privilege, and I'm sure that has a lot of potential feelings for people. I want to mean it in an unassuming way. So only you as an individual know your true position to act or take risk, and that decision lays with you. But I guess I would just encourage us to think about the different ways that we can organize or participate. What are the sort of like, if we are having to work a job to sustain a family or a house, does like missing a day of work mean that you're going under, or does it mean that you're just not getting a takeout dinner? If you're in a job that has access to large financial resources, or you can start influencing people there to take action, or you have like connections to artisans or investors or something, then are you sharing the information that's available to you? Are you sharing the influence and the power that's available to you? But basically, like, being real with yourself. There's a big difference between like barely keeping a roof over your head and like missing out on coffees or takeout dinners or something. And then just like comfort can keep us from doing anything. And comfort in the way of like fear, or just like knowing sort of the lay of the land, or surveillance risks, or police and repression risks. But it can also enable us to take greater risk. So I was out there, I made a conscious decision to come back here, and that's because I feel supported to like do some shit disturbing here, It's because I like don't have a winter coat for -30, It's like, it's logistical reasons, but it's also like, cool, I've chosen to be here and be more comfortable, but not to like stop from taking risk or organizing or getting people motivated and mobilized.